Hello my loves, thank you for joining me. We are also joined by Hermione, but I hope you're all doing amazingly well. Today's video is the November TBR. Now I had a brainwave last night and this could go absolutely terribly wrong because it was quite late at night. So initially I planned to do my TBR game and then mention Danny's readathon that's happening in November, which is the Bucketlistathon, and say that I was going to be doing a dedicated reading vlog like I've been doing for like TBR Harvest, Halloweekend. But I then had a brainwave and I don't know how this is gonna go. This could be really chaotic, but we're gonna give it a try. And that is to combine both readathons together. Well, both games together to create one TBR for the month. So basically the idea is that my TBR game, we have a start and a finish. So I've just got to get to my little cottage in the woods. I had an amazing comment, so thank you so much for the person that put forward this idea, because I have two routes, the long route and the short route. And somebody suggested that I can do the short route if I finish my TBR for the month, which I'm going to do that. Now I have not finished my October TBR. I've still got 3 books left on the TBR and it's not going to happen. So we're going to be going the long way round. There is no minimum amount of rolls, it's literally just how long it takes me to get home and the amount of times I stop. Those are the different prompts that I have to fulfill with books. Upgrading to a 12-sided dice this time, because if you've seen the previous videos you'd know, yeah, my luck is terrible. So we're gonna do that. The idea is, say I roll a 4, we would move 4 on my board and then we're gonna swap to Danny's board. So there's a few different ways that you can do Bucketlistathon this year, but I am going with this board game, and there is also a hard mode and an easy mode for this board game. I'm going with a cheat mode, with the idea being that I just need to go to each of the corners. So you've got a starting position of either physical TBR, new releases, or series, depending on what you want to achieve. I'm going to be starting with physical TBR and then I'm just got to visit each of the other sections, and that's it. There are other rules, but like I said, I'm doing a cheat version because, well, I've got to try and fit it in. If I roll a 4, I've moved 4 on my board, then we'll go and move 4 on this board, and hopefully we can combine the prompts to get a book. If the prompts do not combine and I can't find anything, then I'll have to add 2 books to my TBR. This could be absolutely insane. We could have a really good run and I only have to roll the dice like 4 times and hopefully all the prompts match and I only have 4 books to read for the month. I think that's so unlikely, but we're gonna try. So yeah, I don't know how this is gonna work, but we're just gonna see, and hopefully this does work. I will have Danny's announcement video linked below if you're interested. Before we get into the chaos of all of the rolls though, I do have a few books that I already need to fit onto my November TBR, starting off with the Discord book club pick for the month, which is The Raven Scholar. This is a book I'm kind of terrified to read because I've heard some mixed reviews, but it's a fantasy mystery, so we'll see how it goes. For those of you that are interested, Discord is free to join, so if you want to join in on monthly book clubs and things, then feel free to check it out. But yeah, this is November's one, so we'll see. I'm hoping that I like it. I don't know, we'll see. I know it's got trials and it's got a mystery and we've got a fantasy setting, so you know, we'll see how it goes. I also have a buddy read with Danny. We are going to be finishing out the 9th Reign series. We've been buddy reading this whole series together and we're up to the last one, The Poison Song. This is a great fantasy series and I'm really excited to be concluding this trilogy. It has been so much fun to buddy read, so yeah, I need to add this. I'm also going to be reading The Shining by Stephen King. I'm actually going to be reading my first Stephen King book, which is honestly quite terrifying. I've realised I didn't mention the authors for the other 2. So this one's by Jen Williams, and The Raven Scholar, I think it's by Antonia Hodgson. So yes, those are the books. But yes, Stephen King. I'm going to be doing a Stephen King reading vlog, trying Stephen King for the very first time, and The Shining is one of the books I'll be reading for that. So we've got those 3, and now we're going to be adding a 4th one because I need to do my Patreon TBR jar. So for those of you that don't know, I do have a Patreon, and my top tier Patrons have access to my Kindle and physical TBR, and they get to put as many suggestions as they want in the TBR jar for me to read, and they get an exclusive video. Honestly, I'm always a little bit nervous because there are some books I'm super excited to read and a couple that I am hesitant, but let's see. Again, I show you and you can't see this, but okay. Okay, this is definitely one of the ones that I've been really hesitant to read. It's Lessons in Chemistry. Let me go get it. Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Gomez was put on my TBR jar ages ago by Maria, and I have been kind of terrified to read it. Like, this is one that I picked up on a whim and I really haven't felt like reading this one. It's honestly been one on on the chopping block for me to unhaul without reading, but it was then put into my TBR jar, so I've just kept hold of it for the off chance that I pull it, which I have, so I guess we'll be adding this to the TBR. Hopefully I like it. It had a lot of buzz when it first came out, but I haven't really heard anyone talking about it since. Fingers crossed I like it, but we'll see. With all of the housekeeping out the way, I guess it's time to get to the rolls, and I guess we're gonna see if my idea was amazing or if it's just such an absolutely crazy harebrained idea and I am 100% setting myself up to fail. I think it's gonna be the latter. Let's find out. Roll number 1. Come on, give me something good. Oh wow, that's amazing. That's so good. Okay, that is a 9. I am so happy with this. Let's go. I can't believe we got a 9. I'm genuinely in shock. This is, okay, clearly 12-sided dice was the way to go. But okay, 9, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can't go the short way. Eventually I'm gonna learn to actually finish my TBRs. But 7, 8, 9. Okay, first in a series. Let's see. I mean, I didn't think I wanted to start a new series, really. But let's go to Danny's one, and as I said, I'm starting off on physical TBR and we're going to do 9. I guess there's so many different ways we can go, so let me just see what I can do. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A hyped read. I could also do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Scavenger hunt. Or we could do it 8, 9 to TBR veteran, which would work for first in a series, okay, or we could go this way around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Favorite author. Okay, right, I've thought about it and I think I'm gonna go round in a circle to TBR veteran, because this also works with the series bit, and then I've just got to get round to new releases. It looks like we barely moved, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to do TBR veteran. Okay, so I need to find a book that is the first in a series that's also a TBR veteran. So, God, I don't know what to do. Okay, let's just have a look at the shelves. I'm thinking this corner would have something because, oh, wait, I know. I genuinely think there's only one. All of these ones I've already like started, so that wouldn't work. The same for this. This is all like started or finished and things. And then if we swing around, this is like my T Kingfisher V Schwab, which I've already started every series that is on there. There is one book and it's on this shelf that is a TBR veteran and a start of a series, and I have been truly putting it off. Actually there's 2. I'm going to show you 2, but I know the one I'm going to go for. So the first one is Foundry Side by Robert Jackson Bennett. This has been on my TBR, I'm going to say, for about 3 years. Other one it could have been the first binding, because this one's also been in my TBR for a while, but I mean, this is huge and yeah, I'm not doing that to myself. So Foundry Side it is. I did actually think of one more, which is the Gorgonhurst trilogy, which has been a trilogy I've been meaning to start for ages. This is meant to be very weird, very unusual. This one is the complete bind up, so I'd only be reading the first book, which is 368 pages, or we've got Foundry Side by Robert Jackson Bennett. Now honestly, this one's been on my TBR the longer out of the 2, so I feel like I should just read this one and I can decide, do I actually want to continue with this series or am I going to unhaul it? Just because fantasy series and stuff, I don't know, I've not been as interested in fantasy series. Like, I've got some that I'm really enjoying. I don't know, starting new fantasy series just isn't a priority. This has been on my TBR for so long. Like, I think it's going to be 4 years come 2026, so I think we're going to go with this one. It's an older one. I've not heard many people talking about it. I want to say it gives me like steampunkish vibes. We've got Tavine, and she is an escaped slave. She's offered this job to steal an ancient artifact, but someone powerful wants the artifact. Oh, wait. Not Tavine. Tavine is the city. We're following Sanaka, who is the escaped slave. Basically, there's something about this artifact that everybody's after. We've also in a world where the way the magic system works, it's like technology. You can convince things to do different... I don't know. I'm giving a terrible explanation. You know what? That was a good first roll. I'm not going to complain too much. As much as it doesn't fit with anything I wanted to be reading for the month, at least I combined both prompts and it was a high roll. This is a good start. I can't complain. Let's see if it continues. Roll number 2. Honestly, we had to know the luck was going to stop eventually, because why am I getting a 1? Okay, let's move 1 space. After a really speedy start, we are definitely slowing things down with 1. So let's move 1 space on my TBR game to foiled cover, and now we're going to go to Danny's and we're going to move 1, which Libby Chicken? I don't know what Libby Chicken is. I mean, I guess I could go back to Chunky Read, but the book I would use for Chunky Read doesn't have any foiling on, so I don't know if I want to do that for myself. Let me check what Libby Chicken is. Oh, okay. A book I have a deadline for. I don't have a deadline for anything. I guess, ooh. Okay, we're gonna stay with Libby Chicken. Hang on. This is gonna be one that I can't really double up on the prompt for, but one that I do have a deadline for technically would be The Shining, because that is one that I have a deadline to finish in because I've got a video to film for it, so that would work. And then I need to get a book with foiling on the cover, so I'm gonna have a look for a couple and then I'll get you to choose between which one has foiling. Okay, that took me a little bit of time. Also, if the lighting's changed, I don't know what happened. It was getting really dark and now it's really bright. Anyway, 2 books with foiling on the cover. I've gone for minimal foiling, but both of them do have foiling under the dust jacket on the title of the name, so that's kind of how I've done it. I've gone for 2 very different books as well. One's a young adult fantasy and one is a sci-fi. Cast your votes below. We've got The Floating Hotel. This is by Grace Curtis. This is meant to be a cozy sci-fi. This has been on my TBR for ages. I know that I need some motivation to get around to reading it, because otherwise I'm not going to. I've heard some mixed things, and I tried reading Frontier by Grace Curtis, which is their other book, and I couldn't really fully get on with it. So we'll see. Hopefully, I mean, it should be an easy read though, regardless. This is meant to be like a little bit of a sci-fi mystery as well. We're in this floating hotel. There's lots of different little intrigues that are going on. I don't think any of them are like actual murder mysteries or anything. They're just little mysteries. So yeah, I don't know. This could be a lighter one, I guess. Or we actually have completing a series, The Prisoner's Throne by Holly Black. This is a book that I'm only really going to read when it starts getting colder. So between like November and March is when I'll be reading, hopefully. I said that last year and I never actually picked it up. But this is the spin-off duology from the Folk of the Air trilogy. I've been meaning to read it for ages. And again, a young adult fantasy, something a little bit lighter to break up my reading for the month. And I am intrigued. Like, I like Holly Black. It's just really easy reading for me. So yeah, okay, these are the 2 options. We're gonna go a little bit lighter just because we are having to add on an extra bit already. And it's only roll 2. Let me know in the comments below which one you think I should be reading for the month, and whatever one wins is the one that I will read. But yeah, I feel like doing something a little bit different is a good idea. But yeah, I'm honestly excited for both. I've been meaning to read them for a while. This one I would say I've probably got more hope of enjoying, but I still want to actually read this one and see if it's one that I'm going to be keeping or unhauling. Okay, anyway, that's enough. We get the idea. Let me know which one you think I should be reading, and then with Danny's roll for Libby Chicken, we will be reading The Shining. The TBR is interesting so far. Let's roll again. Roll number 3. Hopefully we get something higher than a 1. That would just be great. Let's see. Oh my god, why? Technically, yes, higher than a 1. Only just though, because we got a 2. It's official. I'm cursed. I wanted higher than a 1 and the universe went, okay, cool, we got you. Take a 2. Why? So 2 takes us to representation on my board, and for Danny I do want to get to new releases, so we're just gonna go straight to different perspective. Okay, so we need a book with representation in it and different perspectives. I'm trying to find my phone. The main character is different from you in some way. Okay, I feel like that would actually be easy to combine, so let's see. What do I need to be reading for the month? We've already got The Shining on the TBR. Poison Song. I feel like this doesn't really fully work representation. Like, there is different representation in here, but it's kind of in the background. It's not really the main focal point, although all the main characters are different for me because one's an elf, one's a witch, so different in that way. But also we've got The Raven Scholar. I should actually read the synopsis of that book. I'm not seeing any like different representation in here. So, and by representation I mean it could be disability representation, it could be part of the LGBTQ+. I keep it open so that I don't box myself into anything, to make it a little bit easier to choose reads, but I'm not seeing anything on the Raven Scholar, so that's not gonna work. I guess we're gonna have a look. I'll be back. I was able to combine both prompts, and I'm going to go with Hazelthorn by C.G. Drews. I don't own this yet. It is out literally in a couple of days. I'm going to get my local bookshop to order it in for me. I'm so excited for this book. So this one is meant to be like a botanical horror. I think there might be a haunted house element. Look, I don't know too much about it. All I know is that C.G. Drews wrote Don't Let the Forest In, which is one of my favourite books of the year, if not of all time, and so I'm definitely going to be reading whatever else they put out. So I'm so excited to be reading this one. The representation is an autistic main character, and that's different from me because I'm not autistic. This book is also queer, and I'm just really, really excited to read it. So we are going to be adding this one onto the TBR. Not originally in my plans, but I had hoped it was like a fingers crossed situation that I would be able to squeeze it in before the end of the year, and now I can. So you know what? We kind of got screwed, but at least we got a good book on the list, so that's fine. That's amazing. Let's roll again. Roll number 4? Yeah. Roll number 4. Oh my god, why? Why are we just going up in increments of 1? Can we please explain this? Because why have I only got a 3? That 9 was a fluke. Sorry if the sound quality on that roll was a little bit odd. I forgot to turn the microphone around. Let's move 3 spaces on my game. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, under 500 pages. I'll take it. That's a decent prompt. All right, let's see what Danny's game is going to give us. I want to continue going around here. So it will be 1, 2, 3 connections. Interesting. Okay, let's see what the connection prompt is. I think it's just got to be connected in some way to the last book that I chose. Something that's similar to Hazelthorn, I think. Let me actually read it. Hang on. Yes, okay. Connections must be connected to your previous read. Because I'm doing this as like a TBR game, I guess, oh actually I don't know, actually I could do it connected to the last read. So the last book I finished is A Werewolf's Guide to Seducing a Vampire, so I could do something connected to that that's also under 500 pages, or I could do it connected to the last book that I chose for this TBR game, which as we know is Hazelthorn. Let me see what I need to be reading for the month. Let me see. So under 500 pages does not work. This is over 500 pages. I thought it was, but you know, it's always worth checking. Then we've got The Raven Scholar. I don't know how many pages this is. Oh my god, it's 650-ish pages. Are we insane? Okay, so that doesn't work. Okay, well, there is another book I really want to read in November, and that is We Love You, Bunny. This one, are you under 500 pages? Please say yes. This is... Ooh. We might be just under 500 pages. Part 5, Bunny. Yes! Okay, so it's 477 pages. How can I connect this together? You know what? Connection made. Mona Howard, The Bunnies. Bunny is one of my favourite books of all time. So I'm going to connect it in the sense that Hazelthorn is by an author where I've read a book that is one of my favourites of all time. And Mona Howard is also an author of one of my favourite books of all time. That's how we're going to do it. Is that stretching it a little bit? Potentially. But that's what we're going to do because I really want to read this book. I'm so excited to read this. So it's We Love You, Bunny. It's a collection of tales that's kind of the bunny's perspective. So if you've read Bunny, we're following Samantha and she is obsessed with this group of girls that call each other Bunny. This book is the bunny's reaction to Bunny. That it was brilliant. Okay, I love it. So excited to read the, can you tell? Like, I'm so excited to read this. This is going to be amazing. I recently reread Bunny like literally a couple weeks ago, so I'm so excited to be reading this one. This is what we're going to do. It's what we're going to have to do. I'm so excited for this. Okay, that's added to the TBR. Again, you know what? Rubbish roll, but at least I did get a book that I'm really excited to read. I still have a couple books that I need to get onto the TBR. I'm procrastinating. We should just roll again. We should just do it. We should just roll, because if I get a 4 at this point, I genuinely think I might just cry of laughter, because how? All right, okay, let's try for another roll. Yes. Okay, thank you so much. We got an 11. Oh my god, yes. Okay, this is what we needed. I can't believe we got an 11. This is so good. Oh my god. Okay, right, let's see where that takes us. Come on, that must take us... Oh, I'd love it if it takes us to the end. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so anything is the last spot, so we don't have to roll again, and it's anything. Oh my god, that's amazing. Okay, now we'll go to Danny's, and let's see where 11 takes us. 11's gonna take us everywhere. Now, I have had a prompt in physical TBR because we did TBR veteran. We have had a prompt in series because we did different perspective and connections. Oh, you know what? I haven't done series on any of those. Like, they were meant to be series books. Truly messed up with Danny's game. Anyway, moving on from that. 11. Let's try and get something around the new releases area, so we might end up going around in a circle. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We could do a hyped read, and that is by new releases. I took a moment to think about it because I said how I think I've messed up with Danny's game because I think the way you were meant to do it is that if you're on physical TBR, you're meant to read something from your physical TBR with those prompts. If you're on series, it's meant to be part of a series and that prompt. Obviously, I've not done that. I've done one from each corner, so I'm gonna keep it that way. So for physical TBR, I am reading Foundryside. It's off my physical TBR, so that works. For series, I'm gonna go with the third one, which is Connections. We Love You Bunny is technically a continuation and also a prequel of Bunny, like it's connected into that, so technically it could work for a series. And then for new releases with hyped read, The Raven Scholar is a newer release. I think it only came out this year, and it's hyped up. Like, there was so much hype coming in, so it's not one that I'm super hyped for. Well, I don't know, I'm intrigued by it, but there was a lot of hype around it. Like, loads of people were hyping it up, so I'm gonna make it work for that, so that at least from each corner we've done at least one that works for a series, a physical TBR, and a new release. This was crazy! Okay, right, well, hopefully this has all worked, but let's go through the TBR. I did not manage to get the Poison Song onto my TBR for the month, but I will be buddy reading this with Danny, so that is going on. We do also have Lessons in Chemistry, but honestly, I'm probably not going to get round to this one this month, just based on the game and how this all went. I don't know if that's gonna happen. We'll put it on, but I don't hold me to that one. That one, Patreon are kind of used to it. They know I get to them eventually. Do I have anything else that didn't fit on? No. Okay, that's actually good. It's only 2 that didn't fit on, so that's not too bad. Editing Kirsten jumping in to say that I forgot to talk about a book that I'm actually going to be reading in November. Again, like, I keep doing this. But okay, adding one more to the stack, we have the new Richard Osman book, The Impossible Fortune. I'm so excited to read this one. This is the latest in the Thursday Murder Club series, and I'm going to be buddy reading it with Christina. Christina and I have been buddy reading most of these books together. She's the one that actually got me into reading this series. It's been so good. So when this one came out, I immediately messaged her saying, you know, did you want to buddy read it? Unfortunately, I couldn't buddy read it until November, but she was so lovely and kind enough to wait. So we are going to be starting this one together soon. And I just can't wait. It's going to be amazing. Let's get back to past Kirsten and wrapping up this video. So now we'll get into the other books. So we have We Love You Bunny by Mona Awad, a book that I am so freaking excited for. I truly cannot wait. And this one is working for my prompt of, oh god, what was the prompt? Under 500 pages. And also the prompt of Connections on Danny's readathon. I'm just going in order of the pile, by the way, so this is going to make no sense. But we have Foundryside, which is the start of a series which works for my prompt on my TBR game and also a TBR veteran. The book that you need to decide upon, and this was for the prompt that just wouldn't double up, so this is for my game of foiling on the cover. We've either got a cozy sci-fi or a young adult fantasy, and we're going to be finishing out a series. Let me know which one I should be reading out of these two. Add into this stack, we also have The Shining, which is working for Libby Chicken for Danny's readathon. And then we also have Hazelthorn by C.G. Drews, which is working for Representation and Different Perspective. And also The Raven Scholar by Antonia Hutchinson, and this one is working for Hyped for Danny's board and Anything for my board. So there we are. This is the TBR. Okay, so we've got 8 books, but then also you have to take into account that I will be doing Shop My Shelves episode 6. That could throw all of this out because you never know what the spinner wheel is going to give us. This time I'm going to be doing a colour wheel. Very excited for that. But yeah, okay, well that's everything. This is kind of crazy. As always, honestly, this game is what it is. I don't know why I make it harder for myself every single time. I swear next month I'm gonna let myself do just my game and do it purely like easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's not gonna happen. We know that. My luck is terrible and I like to make things difficult. But that is the end of the video. So thank you so much for watching. You'll have to let me know, are you going to be reading any of these books in November? What are you reading? Are you excited for any of these? What do you think of any of these if you've read them? Like, let me know. But okay, we're gonna leave it there. So thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far and just have nothing to comment, then leave a little bucket emoji in the comments below for Danny's Bucketlistathon. Honestly, this is so much fun. You'll have to let me know if you're going to be taking part in Danny's readathon. This was slightly chaotic, but I think it worked. I think we got there. I'm gonna go. So again, thank you so much for all of your support, for continuing to watch, comment, everything. Like, it truly means so much. An extra special thank you goes out to all of my Patreons for all of your continued support over there. It means the absolute world. If you're ever interested in extra videos, extra readathons and things, then have a little check. It's always there, but no pressure. But yeah. Okay, I think that's everything. I'm super hungry. I'm gonna go get some food. If you've enjoyed this video, then please do consider giving it that thumbs up, subscribing and commenting. Those 3 things really help this channel out. My social media links, anyone I've mentioned, Discord, Patreon, Danny's readathon, everything is always linked below for you. And I will of course catch you in the very next video.